Well, if you're going to travel to Mexico, I'm going to give you a few tips on which I had been going through the years of experience by traveling. If you're going to travel to Mexico driving, what you need to do is go get your permit. If you're a legal resident of the United States, you need to get your paisano permit, which is for 180 days. And if you're a U.S. citizen of the United States, you need to get your 30th permit, which is going to be the same thing for 180 days. Now, if you're a person who travels very often to Mexico, put this in mind that that permit is only for 180 days. So if you're going to take it and then just going to be back and forth, if you have relatives like they live 100 or 200 miles away from the border, and you need to be traveling like once or twice a month or every 3 months or whatever that you're going to be using those days, make sure that you go over and freeze up your permit, and that way you don't have to get 2 permits in the year. And even if you get the 2 permits in the year, you cannot get 2 permits in the year if you consume those 180 days. So what you do when you go back, just freeze your permit, and then when you come back, you activate it again, and then go back again, and that way you won't have any problems, because it's only for 180 days a year. When do they start? Let's say you started on the 1st of January of the year, then that permit is going to be frozen up until the 1st or somewhere on the 6th month, which is June. So if you don't freeze up your permit and you just go straight up until June when you think it's going to be expired, what you can do, what's going to happen is that you're going to use all your days, and then in July you won't be able to get another permit because yours was all the way up to the next year on January the 1st. And I'm going to give you some other tips about how to drive in Mexico, because Mexico and the United States, they have different rules and regulations about the traffic and the way that they drive. So if you learn how to drive in the United States, I'm going to show you about how things are done in Mexico. Now you see that braking line on the shoulder? See the truck in front of me? He's driving right on that side. He's driving on the shoulder. Now the reason why he's driving on the shoulder is not because he wants me to pass him. The reason why he's driving on the shoulder is because that's the way it's supposed to be done. They drive on the shoulder, so when there's another car coming in front, see, like right there, that car is passing, and you're supposed to drive right on the shoulder. And that'll give you space enough for 4 cars in case that you're driving on the shoulder and somebody comes in on the other side, then you won't hit each other. So you're going to be driving on the shoulder all the time unless you're going to pass somebody. That way you can pass them. Just make sure that there's no passing cars in front of you, because it's going to be too tight. So this is the way right there. That's the way you're supposed to be driving. Now, if you don't drive like that, see that car right there that they came by? If you don't drive like that, then that car is going to hit you if you don't see it. So that's the way they drive in Mexico. Make sure that you drive on the shoulder whenever you see a wide lane, and that way you won't get hit. The other thing that there is about the cops or any emergency vehicle, the way they have 3 codes. Code 1 is just cruising. Code 2 is with the lights on, and code 3 is with when they have the siren on it. So if you see a emergency vehicle coming in front of you or on the side with the lights on, that means that you don't have to do nothing. But if he's behind you, what you're going to do, you're going to pull aside if he's only with the lights. Now, if he's going to stop you, he'll put the siren on it and let you know through the microphone. So just be careful with that. And if a cop or somebody approaches you, always be kind to them because they're just doing their job. You're just going to show them up your information and whatever is done. Just the same way that we do it in the United States. There's no reason for you to get hassled with them. Because if you treat them with respect, they will treat you with respect back. The other thing is that try not to drive at nighttime. If you drive at nighttime, it's more danger about being bothered by somebody. And the thing is that if you're driving on daytime, you're always going to pull up on the side and try not to drive on the free roads. Always try to get a toll road. That helps you out a lot. And like I said about that vehicle passing the opposite side, there's always going to be curves, and they have signs that says do not pass, but a lot of people don't respect them. So just to make sure, you always drive on the shoulder, and that way, if they don't respect it, you will be safe on your side. So just have fun in Mexico, enjoy it, and I just hope everything is safe for you, and just be careful. That's my experience, and I'll tell you like it is. So have fun. If you like this video, I invite you to subscribe and to ring the bell and give me a hand if you liked it. I know this has nothing to do with cooking, but the thing is that this is about Mexican food, and I'm trying to project you everything that it comes up in Mexico. And have a nice vacation and enjoy Mexico. Mexico is beautiful, and their people are beautiful too. But sometimes we're just not in the mood for it, and that's when we get in trouble. But enjoy and have fun, and wish you the best.